Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of English Voice Room. I'm your host Swetanshu, back with another story. Make sure you subscribe to our audiobook and share it with your friends and families. Happy listening. Every afternoon, just as the final school bell rang, Raghu would step out into the golden heat, squinting slightly as the sunlight wrapped around him like a warm blanket. His shirt would be half tucked, his hair messy from the long day, and his school bag hanging lazily from one shoulder. But his eyes always carried a quiet excitement. The road back home wasn't just a road for Raghu, it was a journey. He walked slowly, never in a hurry, dragging his feet along the dusty path as if stretching time itself. The air smelled of ripe mangoes and sun-baked earth. Somewhere nearby, a koel sang, and the rhythmic creak of a hand pump echoed through the stillness. Women chatted softly in the courtyards, and the distant clank of utensils blended into the afternoon's calm music. But Raghu didn't go straight home. As he reached the open field, a familiar shout broke the silence. His friends, they were already there, waiting, as if the day couldn't truly begin without him. Within seconds, his bag was off his shoulder, tossed aside. The game started. Without rules, just laughter and chaos. A broken piece of wood became a cricket bat, and a worn-out ball flew across the dry field. Raghu ran, shouted, laughed free in a way that only those afternoons could make him feel. The sun slowly softened, turning golden, casting long shadows that stretched across the field like silent spectators of their joy. Sweat dripped, feet kicked up the dust, and every small victory felt like the biggest achievement in the world. Time slipped by unnoticed. Then one by one, voices called out from faraway homes. Raghu, his mother's voice carried across the field. The game slowed, then stopped. Someone picked up the ball. Someone brushed dust off their knees. And someone promised that they would return for another game. The laughter faded, but its echo seemed to linger in the air. Raghu picked up his bag, now heavier than before, not because of the books, but because the day was slowly ending. He walked past the field, past the quiet houses, watching as the village began to change. Smoke curled up from the kitchen fires, cows returned home, and the sky slowly shifted into the shades of orange and pink. He noticed small things, the way a child chased a tire down the road, the way an old man sat silently watching the sunset, the way the wind carried stories without saying a word. Everything felt slower, now softer, like the world was gently winding down. Finally, he reached the old banyan tree at the edge of the village. It stood there like it always had, strong, silent and waiting. Raghu sat beneath it, leaning against its thick trunk, feeling the cool shade wrap around him. The evening breeze had begun to rise, soft and gentle, brushing against his face as if it knew him. The field in front of him was empty now, no laughter. The field in front of him was empty now, no laughter, no shouting, just the quiet stretch of land glowing faintly under the fading sky. Raghu hugged his knees slightly, staring at the place where he and his friends had been just a little while ago. It felt strange how quickly everything had changed. The same field, the same wind, the same sky, yet it felt different, quieter, lonelier. But not in a sad way, in a way that made him think. Raghu didn't have words for it, but he felt it settle inside him. A quiet understanding that moments like this don't stay, they pass. And when they do, they leave behind something invisible, something that only comes back when everything is silent like this. He leaned his head back against the tree, looking up at the darkening sky, letting that feeling stay. And though Raghu didn't know it then, sitting alone under the banyan tree listening to the evening settling around him, he was not just ending a day, he was storing a memory. One that would return to him in years later, in another quiet evening, when life would be louder, faster, and far more complicated, and he would just close his eyes, trying to feel the exact breeze again. Thank you everyone for listening to today's story. Hope you guys liked it. Let us meet for another audiobook next Sunday. Make sure to share our audiobook as much as possible. Until then, happy listening.